We are online.
Yes, hello, welcome
Everyone
everybody.
say hello. Hello. Oh,
Hello.
I forgot.
Hello.
Hi. So, race is being started. Oh yes.
How do I see the race in the
I
background?
didn't start.
Not that it matters, of course, but
No,
It doesn't.
not that's why
oh,
you
now I
were
see it.
here.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Yes, it was me who was a little bit late.
Hey, I cut the corner.
Hello, Sagar.
And I think I'm on the wrong track.
Hello, Bruno.
Hello.
Say
Hello. How are
hello
you?
from the chat. Hello, Bruno Caseiro. So we were discussing Shahim's hair.
Joachim's hair. Yes, Corona cut. It's
It's
called.
the Corona cut.
The Corona cut.
Do it yourself. Just be done with it.
I wanted to ask Marty if he is confident he's retaining with the points he has now.
Yeah.
Why should I need more?
You need more. You are not.
Who says so?
I
Come
was
on,
asking.
come
I
on.
was
Check at the driver Emil has. Emil or something. Sorry about the pronunciation.
pronunciation. Oh, well, nobody.
Obviously, I would love one more, but
Not even I am secure.
next season I'll have more. It's fine. It's cool. For now, 5 is enough.
But it's enough. I didn't check yet if we have anyone resetting to rookie or retire in an elite.
No. In Elite,
No.
I don't think so. But yeah, Emil is certainly going negative, finishing negative, so 26 might be enough. And
really surprised Theo is only on 2 points as well.
How much?
Theodosis, I was expecting a better season from him as well.
Yes, indeed. Mm.
And looks like, fingers crossed from me, hopefully I'm not the one going down, so yeah.
Joachim, you're safe with 11 points in the lead.
I think that's safe, yes. I hope so.
Are you sure Emil is going to stay negative by the end of race 17?
Why would he take a Masters driver?
I'm not that sure, but if he is on purpose, having bad results on purpose, maybe yes.
He has even problems staying within 90% with his driver, so I don't really see him getting positive for race 17. And indeed, he picked a driver for Masters.
Anyway, Theodosis can be a threat to Marty.
No, he's not a threat. I'm fine. I'm safe.
Jesper already said he can't get out of positive. He can't get positive because he has no money and he has a rookie driver.
Who has a rookie driver?
Actually, yeah, his driver is really, really low OA. Yeah, indeed.
Maybe a random driver.
No. It doesn't look like a random driver. I mean,
yeah, those would be expensive.
Salary. Look at the salary, 260. It's not a random driver. He's probably planning going down to pro at least, or AMA with him.
Well, that's a waste of next season then. You should have at least had some fun in Masters.
Nah, he can build up in Masters. That's okay. He doesn't have to do much changing in his parts, so he can save that money for pro if he wants to.
But with that driver,
Well, with that driver, he's just taking pippies and going 40th place again in next season, the whole season. Where's the
Okay,
fun?
okay, yeah. Well, that's sometimes happening. If you're going down, if you want to recollect yourself, you have to take the necessary measures for it, and that's one of them possible.
You have to do what you have to do.
It's more
It's
fun to
always hard.
go. It's more fun to go like with the bad years or something down the drain, back to amateur.
Well,
No, I never did it that way. I always took cheap tires and let things happen.
Well, when was the last time,
really-
Flo? When was the last time, Flo, you were in elite? Can you remind us?
I
never.
don't remember.
Well, I see your plan is working out,
come on,
huh?
Patrick.
But we already know when is the next time.
we know where's the next time that's going to be in 3 races, but
Finally.
Finally, why finally? That hasn't been that much. It was when I was studying full time. I was at elite, and I said, no, this isn't for me at this particular moment of my life. I need something less stressing and that requires less planning. So I decided to relegate from elite with a sponsor's income of almost 7 million per race. That was insane.
Wow.
Well, that's why you could stay competitive in like Master Pro, etc. After that. So.
Well, I had sponsors to stay at elite for at least one more season, and and they kept coming. So I was okay, but I was just too stressed about planning every race. I feel that when you are at master, you have, of course, you have a bigger margin to make mistakes, and it's not a tragedy if you have a bad race or have a random. At elite, it's very costly, so I prefer to stay at master, and then after 2 or 3 more seasons, I decided to relegate again, and I went back to AMA. It was difficult.
Yeah, well, so far it's looking good for me in pro for my first time. So
yeah, I wanted to ask you how it's the first time in pro. How is the pro experience for you?
A pro version.
It's okay. It's a little bit harder as I thought. So to be honest, I thought it would be almost a little bit harder, but not that hard as it really is. You really need to be prepared if you go there. If you don't, you only can fuck up. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Language.
Now you only can mess it up. You only can mess it up. That's the only point. If you don't get prepared.
It always happens. The more groups you have at the same level, the more difference you can get between two different pro, let's say, groups or amateur groups in like level. The master, like it's more similar, all master groups between each other by pace.
Yeah, what surprises me is the step between amateur and pro is so big.
Yeah.
It's really a big step. It's like
good thing for you. Good news for you is that pro to master is the same thing.
Yeah, well, okay. others will argue with that. I think. I'm just happy to be there now. I planned for next 2 seasons. Let's hope to stick to the plan, that I can stick to the plan. So let's see.
We have too many veterans, I think. That's why both pro and master have got harder with the years. I recall when I first promoted from amateur to pro, that was season 34 and 35. the difference was not that big because there were more inexperienced players at both levels.
I agree with the Kirsties, for example. There should be a small selective of tire picking in amateur already. Not all, but some. Because then you learn to adjust and learn how the tires are working. So let's say you have the PPs and then the Yoko, those two or maybe three different tire compounds would be the best for people from amateur to learn for pro.
What do you think? PP, Yokos, and maybe Avons?
Yeah, but if Yokos were available in amateur, I don't think that's a good idea. Everyone would pick it, and those who would
I
pick
also
it,
disagree, but
Everybody already does. Everybody already picked the Yokos.
I mean,
Just
in
like
our
in Masters as well.
yeah,
That's
in
what I'm
Arma,
saying. It's the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a suggestion. Maybe it would be picked up. But for the Roland had an interesting question, by the way. I think it's more for his personal point of view that if he's low on cash or in masters all the time, would you keep on struggling or would he relegate on purpose? I, for me, I would relegate on purpose because then I can rebuild the money and pick me maybe another driver and start retaining again. So I would relegate back to a lower group. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Way more fun to like race with people towards the front of the pack.
Yeah,
it's if you are already if you relegate from elite and you have a good pack, you may retain and have a good time at master. But if you are already struggling, I don't think there's a way out. It's summer or bust. That's what I think.
Yeah, it depends. It depends what you are looking for. I mean, master is not an easy place to recover and make money, but it's possible to stay there. And we have a guy in our team who is Twig, who was in elite and is now he relegated to masters and was in really bad shape, but he decided to try, and now he's, I don't know, 4 or 5 seasons in masters, and he's really tenacious. But it's every season it's a fight for him. So if you are looking long term, it's surely better to relegate, build again, and promote.
Obviously, just people have different strategies to play this game. I guess I prefer to stay as like at the front where I can. That's why I ended up in elite after one season of masters without any
Yes,
sponsors, with bad package or everything. But I'm still here for another
yeah.
season.
Yeah, but does your money is just slipping to your hands with no sponsoring, no backup?
Yeah, it is. It is, but I'll have one more good season here at least.
That's true. That's true. Of course. But will you learn from that? Because you're sitting there, see the money go away, and you know you're messing it up. I don't know if that's a fun point.
is
Well,
your
it's
pack
fun to race with the best managers, I guess. Yeah, my package is not up to theirs, so I'm just like not at the forefront for most of the season. But
Mm.
that's that's what the biggest challenge I find in this game to be at the disadvantage. So I'm trying to reach there and stay there.
your pack is not
Well,
getting any better, I think.
Sorry.
for Roland,
When you are in a position similar to the position you are now, Marty,
Yeah.
that you promoted without sponsors and without much money, unprepared in general.
Yeah.
I think that you don't gain back strength.
Well, I gain enjoyment of reaching the top level and racing here at the top league. Sure, I
That's
could have picked the
accepted.
driver Joachim took for like what 2 million a race. pick some Michi tires and be like top 15 and relegate after one season. What is the fun in that?
Yeah, well, but that just the decision people make here in our team, the Nuvolari's, there are people saying from, okay, I try it, go once up, and then going down back down.
Yeah,
It's
Yo-yo,
the same, yeah, exactly, yo-yo effect.
the yo-yo.
So,
I call it the Welske cycle.
The basket cycle.
so many
Roland, you're welcome.
cyclists in this game, huh?
Roland, you're very welcome. It's just the personal thoughts we give, I think. You have to decide for yourself. That's how I fare well with my thinking. I get the advice from other people, yes, but I have to work with them myself, and I have to decide for myself which strategy, what decision is the best for me. And in your case, I think, as said, it's the best to relegate, but watch out with the relegate taxes. So be careful with that one.
Manager motivation is very important. If you are in a position where you are not enjoying the game, you definitely need to do something about it. Because if you don't, you are closer to quitting or retiring, and that's not the objective.
Yeah. Although I mean you did the whole Flo, you did the whole cycle from elite down to amateur and back to elite, and I thought that would be necessary to really rebuild your account. You have to go back to AMA, but I don't think you necessarily need to do that. I mean, I think you can really rebuild in pro these days if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
what that's what I did as well. Yeah,
you can do it in masters too, but
Can you even
actually the previous time I was at elite, I did that. I parked at master for around 6 seasons, and then I promoted back to elite. It depends on the motivation you have. I was really struggling with motivation back then, and with time also. Not only motivation, but with time. I was studying full time, and
yeah,
I barely had time to cook, shower, and do the basic stuff in my life. And I didn't have much time or motivation to dedicate to Shipro that time, that particular time. I don't know if I'm going to do the same this time. I
Jasper, that's a very easy answer I can give you. High defending CT and a difficult track to overtake. That's all it needs.
Yeah, Atlas is blocking.
Yeah.
yeah. I want to make one more comment on Flo's
Relegation.
comment there on the motivation to like play the game, etc., and the time you need for it. For me personally, last season was way more time demanding because this season is just straightforward: train the driver, etc., wait for the time. And last season, when I just wanted straight promotion from pro through master to elite, I just had to actually think and push and plan. But this season is way more straightforward, so I spend way less time per race on the game actually.
I mean, you had quite some bad luck, Martin, right?
Well, it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
I I remember spending more time when I was at elite. Uh, every race, of course, but also planning. I haven't done a financial plan for ages now. I like
Really?
it. Not needing to do a financial plan. I do plan my parts, uh, what part letter I will use, when will I change it, and that kind of detail. But I'm not doing the financial projection of how much sponsor income I will get, how much race income I think I will get, and how that will affect my finances by the end of the season. I don't do that anymore since I was the last time at Elite. And
Oh my God.
what? What happened, Patrick?
Yeah, nothing. I just watched, and I'm wondering why George is going pit so early.
Hancock.
Me- Hancocks.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay,
He
Hancock.
doesn't last
okay.
long.
They don't last a lot. Yes.
They are like rain tires. They are like rain tires
They
on the
melt.
dry.
Melt.
Oh, actually, rain tires might last longer at these temperatures than Hancock extra softs, actually.
Indeed. Yeah, but I think
Yeah, I
it's
would.
fine. Had a
You're evil.
great first stint, and soon everyone will pit. I mean, it's not that bad then.
Well, I
Yeah.
already pit
Oh,
like after 7 laps.
what?
It's lap 18.
Oh my God, I'm losing places in pro. I'm losing places.
That happens.
Yeah, well, I was 17. Now I'm 22nd. So, but I was fixing on 35th anyway. So,
I'm sorry to place the question over Marty, but Roland
Hmm.
keeps asking interesting questions, so I thought it is worth to put it on screen. He asked if results get worse when you plan less, or if you can make it up with experience.
How did I not give
Uh,
you?
in my case, I think I can make it up with experience. That's why I stopped doing the plan, because I don't need it.
I still need to plan.
No, but depending what kind of
We
plan.
we both
The
have.
financial plan, I don't need it anymore. If I promote to elite and things get more complex and I'm tighter on money, I do need to plan my finances. But in the case of master, I already know around 1.5 seasons in advance what tire I will be able to pick by just checking my wallet and the sponsor situation. I don't know what about the rest. Do you guys know in advance what tires are you going to be able to afford? Do you plan to know that?
Well, me personally, I plan only the season like 1 season ahead, not more. I don't see the point, especially now. Like now, I don't even plan. So for this season, I didn't even plan the whole season because what's the point? I'm not on the tires where you can plan what you're gonna do each race. With these tires, you just take it as it goes, and that's kind of charming as well in a way. That's why I spend less time per race as well because there is no point to really plan much.
Yeah, that's one reason why I took your course. I planned everything in advance, and on Conti's, it's just not possible. You
Yeah.
have to race by race, and I don't like that. And additionally, it's first time to Elite. I had no idea what would be my average finishes. I had no idea that there would be 9 PPs, and so I was really nervous about the finances. And yeah, but in the end, I scored where I planned to score, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Okay, for me, I start planning. So I didn't do it in amateur because I knew if I had that or that place in amateur, it was not necessary to plan anymore. Um, just downgrading, upgrading some parts, try to save money where I could. But now I'm starting to plan over more seasons. So I'm already planning for 2 seasons at the moment.
Well,
By the way,
that's more
how much
than,
did you,
than what I do.
sorry, how much did you test, Patrick, this season?
This season, not that much actually. I needed to stop testing because I wanted to keep my driver. Uh, so I could go with him to try to promote to master in season 77. I might try. Not sure yet, but that's my plan. Not sure yet.
Do you have a driver plan, Patrick?
Yes, I have. I keep track of what my driver AO or OA must be. If I go too high, I stop testing and stop training him. So like I did in the last 5, 6 races.
So you are not planning a lot, because if you have to check and you don't have a set number of testing races per season, it's not that you are planning how many races you're going to test. You're not.
Normally, I would like to test all the season through. Also because of your untrainables. You could do less training and train your untrainables, of course.
Yes, but for example, when I was at amateur or at pro, that I wasn't testing every race. What I did was planning how many races I was going to test, in
Mm,
order to keep track of the added skills to the driver. And
yeah,
do you
okay, but
do
I
you do
need to
that
add.
kind of planning? Is my question.
Yeah, I no.
Ah,
I
so
just need to add to it that I had my package wasn't good enough actually for pro. I just, as said already once, I accidentally went for pro because my situation gave it to me last season. Um, but my package wasn't ready for it actually. So I needed to get my package in order. And okay, that's costing me now, but it's possible.
I think that
Can I add something as well to the testing planning bit? At least for me, once you're in master elite, you don't even have to plan that. You just test every race.
every
Otherwise,
race.
you're in the wrong place.
Exactly.
So you only need to worry about that in pro, and I would say you shouldn't really worry about that in amateur either. Just keep it low, but like don't worry about that too much in amateur.
Mm,
So once you're in pro, yeah, that's where you can experiment. How much do you want to test? I would
To
say.
test.
exactly.
I did test a bit at amateur, in order to train the driver. Say hi to your wife, Patrick. We're listening to her a lot.
Not my wife.
Not your wife.
The neighbors.
No, not even that. I'm hearing that too.
What's that?
I don't know.
Whose wife
Someone
is that?
is
Oh,
not mine.
oh, oops.
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 Next question.
Is that your porn, Marty?
My what?
Your porn?
Oh no, that would be a no. There are some kids watching. Come on.
I think they know worse things, Martin. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Marty. That's because of not using headphones, Marty.
Exactly.
Well, I am using headphones, but I guess these pick up the sounds around as well. So
Yeah, probably. Well, okay. Just put a tape around her mouth. It works every time.
that's the easier way.
Exactly. The other way would cost you your lifetime.
So, in Elite, Enrique does a pretty interesting thing on continentals. I mean, he won't score many points, but still in this weather, it's pretty.
Who's this?
Huh?
Who are we talking about?
Auric Paunero. I don't know how to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can pronounce that for you.
Yeah, please.
Enrique Hughes Ponero.
Oh,
Enrique.
Great.
You Germans are so bad in translating a name correctly, right? I'm living in German, by the
It
way.
happens in all languages.
What do I know?
Yes, I was checking Henry's. We call him Henry in the Argentinians that meet at Argentina once a year know him in person, and we call him Henry. He was pushing this race, but he was very unlucky with the weather. He's on contest.
It's I mean, yeah.
Well, so was I on my favorite track in Shanghai, but the next two were warm, so it's not over for him either. The season isn't over.
Not really, but it's over.
Well, I hope it's over.
These last 2-3 races are just boring as hell because everybody just leave it as it is. Maybe updating some last parts and then forget about it. Race 18 or 17. If you smoke, you smoke.
Oh yeah, you're already Pete. I lost the lead. Terrible.
Any interesting master group races?
Which do you mean?
I don't know. I haven't followed them this season.
I followed a few.
Master 2 is a very interesting group, I think.
Master 5 as well, as I believe.
But Master 2 has 4 people pushing for promotion, and they are really, really close.
Yeah.
There are not many points between them, and they are all fighting for the promotion. We are at race 15, and we don't know who are the 3 that are going to promote. That includes my teammate Harsh
And my teammate James.
and my teammate James.
I need to check.
There's a good race today.
Jimmy Brown.
He's leading. Yeah.
He's leading well. He better lead because he was having some problems last races.
Yeah.
But you always have a surprise in that group. You never know who is going to win or who is going to lead before the race.
I mean, four bad years are in front in M2. Not surprisingly.
Master 5 is interesting as well. With 2 people on the same points.
Oh, that's a lot of ends in Master 5.
Master 3 is decided.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to leave you. I have another obligation this evening. So I say goodbye to everyone and wish everyone a good race. And until next time.
See you next season.
Bye.
See you next season.
Ciao. Ciao, Joachim.
Ciao. We lost Sagar, but Sagar rarely speaks, so
yeah.
He didn't even say goodbye when he left. He didn't even say hello, I think.
No, he didn't. Let me put it another way because it's not working. Damn. Sorry to mess around because I'm doing this with my mobile now, but it doesn't work like it would. Stupid. Back to the old position. This is typically me. Oh man, I just messed up. Ah,
Are you okay?
no, it's not working well, how I want to.
But it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
I need
okay.
to. So
Anyway,
now, got it back. Slipped out.
we have another question from Roland Jacobson, who is a very avid questioner tonight. He asks, how do you cope with seasons like this with so much changing weather? Have you had to adapt a lot? Anyone needed to change the plans because of the weather, guys?
Well, I wasn't pushing in the races where there was changing weather, so for me it wasn't anything too out of ordinary. So maybe you guys.
What about you, Patrick? We lost Patrick. Yes, we lost Patrick.
Oh, I think mine is also down. Oh no, it's not. It's fine.
No, you're fine. I can see you and listen to you perfectly fine. But we lost Patrick. Well, Roland, in my case, when you are in a promotion season, it's not very common that you change your plans. In general, you push every race. How much you push, it depends on your driver plan and maybe some other details. In my case, I was almost all season racing at energy recovery levels. That means that I didn't deplete the energy every race, but just around 70, 72, 73% per race. So I could keep training my driver. Uh, and that was pushing for me. Some other people consider pushing when they are using all the energy they have available. That's not how I did it. And in case we had quite a few rain races or mixed weather races, and sometimes I do lower the risk a little bit for the rain because I have a talented driver. So I take the chance to recover a little energy those races. But that's all that I changed. Last race, for example, I used a little bit less risks than previous races.
Yeah. I hope we get one more hot race this season, so I can push again. But other than that, I'm quite done with my season as well. So just low finishes for me, if that's not the case. I hope we get one more hot race this season, so I can push again.
Sorry, guys.
Patrick, I can
Welcome
listen.
back.
I pushed my button too long for my start button too long, so my mobile just reset it.
Yes.
Now it's good. Now it's good.
We have a question on the screen, Patrick. It's Roland again.
Oh yeah. Okay. How do you cope with a season like this with so much changing weather? You can't adopt. You just have to take it as it comes. You can't adopt. It's very easy. You can't predict the weather. You can't predict the rain. If there's just an X percentage of 40 to 60%, you can't predict when it starts raining, when it stops raining. You just have to take it and cross your fingers, hope you get it right. That's all. in my opinion.
Yes, but he was asking about your plans. If you
My,
change your
pla- my
plans based
yeah,
on the
it changes a bit, but it only changes on my money. What I have did for this season is focused on one or two races where I could score points, and I have my amount of points I would like to have at minimum. That's those 5 points, and for the rest, it's all about the money. If nothing more.
Marty, the one at the chat is you. The one saying that you're on zero risks. Is that you? Hello.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I muted myself. Sorry.
Yes, because you had to leave. Is that you, the one?
Yeah. So that's me on the chat as well. Who's the highlighter? I don't know. Can you introduce yourself, please? Who's the one blocking me? Let me see. As if it matters. That's like 26th place.
Andreas.
I want to see some heat in this season. Some real heat.
Some real heat. I believe you are blocked by Maxim Egorov. And Andreas, yes, Andreas.
Oh, Maxim got lucky in the race. I was trying to do well. Although I would have lost that place, I think still. Anyway.
You're not doing that well with P26, so.
Yeah, I should let some Pipis past as well, so they get more points in the elite championship.
And I had a DM. Oh, sure, nice driver mistake. Yoo-hoo! Took me down to P27. Great.
Yahoo! I'm still on second. I'm on second in my group, but this is interesting because we have.
No, Roland, I don't get upset about that because you can't change it.
We have Stefan Gomans on the lead, and he's pushing for promo. He said at the group's thread in the forum that he was trying to promote, and he's behind. He's on fourth right now, so he will need to score as many points as possible to be able to put up a fight to Pedro, who is on third right now, and he is pushing.
Master 4, okay.
Master 4, yes.
Kirsty, I believe that Mike would swear a lot. I believe you right away. Master 4, what's happening? My teammate, Kuba.
Where is Roland? 13. Did anything happen to Roland? Has anyone been following the lead race?
No, not really.
No,
not much.
Me either.
We are all following your own races.
Nah, my race is definitely not interesting enough to follow. I'm 26th and still having problem to get pace in my car somehow.
Likewise.
So my group. My race is done and dusted already.
Roland is 13th. That's
Yeah, well,
that's
he's already
unusual.
champion. He's already
Yes,
champion, so he can lay back.
he's already champion, but it's a little bit unusual.
By the way, Roland Postel, congratulations. I didn't write it in the forum, but I congratulate you with your championship. You're eighth or the ninth
Ninth.
already. You're
We're at
ninth.
ninth. Well, I didn't post in the forums either, but we talk in the private team chat, and we congratulate him there. I see it a little bit pointless to post now. The first time was kind of important, you know. It was like a big deal. The first time he won a championship, and I remember I wrote a long
Yeah.
post to congratulate him. But after that, I think at some point I stopped congratulating him in public, but I do
Yeah.
congratulate him in private.
Just like first elite win, I imagine, is more important than 10th, isn't it?
The first,
Um, to me as well, my first win in every group is more important than the championship at the end or something like that.
Yeah, so what we're getting through here, Roland should retire already. Come on.
Yeah, come on, he should retire. He has
come
he
on,
has
guys!
beaten he has he has he has beaten Hamilton. He has beaten Michael Schumacher. So he
Not on
doesn't
track,
need.
but yeah.
Why should he stay? No, but I really believe after the third or fourth championship, it's getting a little bit old.
We still
Martin,
congratulate
your
him.
wife.
You,
Oh, is she on again? Oh, I'll have to leave you guys. Time for some duct tape then.
Okay.
come on!
Thanks for welcoming. I'll join some other time as well. See you guys. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
See you,
evening.
Martin.
Bye.
Night.
Okay, Jesper already told. Roland is simply slow today.
Simply slow today. That's the point. Well, maybe I didn't check his race setup tonight. I was busy for several hours today, and I didn't pay a look to his setup. But
And he,
he's probably trying to save a little bit on parts. Maybe, I don't know.
well, Mick, I have the same point. My wife is not interested in this game at all. So I'm sitting in the dining room. She's sitting in the living room watching TV, closed door. Uh, just not trying to bother.
I have my husband there. I'm hiding him behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. I need
I'm
that
hiding the
flag.
husband.
I need that same flag, Flo.
There's only two Pro flags in the world. One is here, right behind me, and the other one is at Bulgaria, at Bratsk.
Oh,
When we had the Pro meeting I attended, that was back in 2014.
mm,
I handcrafted the flag and I gave him one as a present.
okay. That's nice. What
It's
does
nice.
Roland get now after his ninth?
No, I'm not going to make one for him. Too much work. No,
Oh, yeah.
it's a nice flag, but it's a lot of work to make one, and
Mm,
I didn't really pick the best materials I had because of not knowing what the best materials were.
mm.
So the poor flag is coming undone.
Yeah, well, how long do you have it already? Must be a few years now.
This one is,
Hmm?
I don't know, is 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, well, you see, then the flag should
I
wear out someday,
I
some point.
crafted I crafted the flag when when we had our first meeting in Argentina, and I think that was 2013. So the flag is 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
Henry was present that meeting. Enrique Hughes Ponero, the one that is seventh now at elite.
Hmm.
He was a rookie back then, and he attended the meeting not knowing anyone, and he attended it anyway. We had
Well,
lots
that's
of
good.
fun.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
of course.
good. He didn't know anyone. He came by himself from La Plata, which is a city that is 80 kilometers from Buenos Aires.
Okay.
And he drove himself and attended the meeting out of nowhere. It was a big surprise to meet such a fresh player. He was a rookie and he had been playing for 2 or 4 months or so, 1 or 2 seasons. I was I had been playing for a long while by then. I was a master, I think, when I attended the first meeting.
Oh, that's not so nice.
You should
Okay.
you should plan a meeting in Germany, Patrick,
For what?
to meet with other Cipro players.
Well, yeah, there is one I read. There is one in Barcelona, which I won't attend at all because money-wise, it's traveling, hotel from here to there. It
It's
might be fun, but nah. I
I,
stick to the videos.
I wish I could attend the Barcelona meeting, but I don't know. It, it's very expensive to to afford
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ticket
exactly. Especially from Argentina,
from
it's more
Argentina. Is
expensive.
really, 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 really expensive.
But it's the same for us to go to Argentina, so not
Yes,
much of a difference.
works both ways.
Exactly.
I don't know if the coronavirus situation will affect the meeting.
It's in October, right? Could be
September,
over by, yeah, somewhere. Yeah, well, it could be that the restrictions are easing up a bit more and more, but I'm not sure if the traveling is still allowed then. So exactly, Neil. The traveling this year is a big problem.
here in Argentina, we are going to have airplane restrictions until September at least. But it was already announced that we are not going to have commercial flights until September. So nobody can leave the country at this point.
No, no, exactly. Well, I'm not planning on leaving the country.
I was going to have a holiday at Italy and I had to cancel it.
No, that's too bad. That's really too bad.
Yes.
Because a trip to Europe is always special. It's the same for us from Europe to Southern America or to America or any other country, other continents. It's always special. And you're saving a lot of money for it and you're doing your best to saving that money and keeping it in the pocket. And then you have to cancel it or it will be canceled due to a stupid virus. But yeah, well, we can't do anything about it. So we have to live with it
We
for
can't do
now.
anything about it, and it's a really valid point. It's really important to stay healthy. So
Exactly.
I try not to complain, but I really miss the
Me
fact.
neither. The point is that you don't have to be affected that much by it, but you can just infect other peoples that are in fact affected by it a lot, and that's the point. My wife is a risk patient, as they say. If I get it, she can get it, and if she get it, it could get worse for her.
It could.
And that's the point. You have to wait out. Are you willing to take that risk? I don't.
Me neither. Well, we were going to travel with my mother-in-law, and she is 74,
Okay.
so she is a risk patient too,
Mm.
of course, with that age.
And of
And we were going to cancel the trip anyway because of her, if we had the chance to do it. But in the end, by the time we had to travel, all flights were canceled.
mm,
All touristic attractions were closed, so it was not possible to do it. But we would have needed to cancel it anyway.
exactly. And that's what Mick already his band 3 4 years 3 4 festivals this year. Um, no, you won't be heading to one of the festivals this year, I think. But you have to think about it, and as you say, better safe than sorry. Yes, of course, better safe than sorry. That's why I sometimes get a little bit angry at people who saying, "Oh well, I'm not at risk, so who cares?" Um, I could smack those people really, really hard.
Well, you cannot underestimate the virus either, because you know that you might think that you are not at risk, and then you get a surprise and you get really ill from it. It's not the most common thing to get really ill when you are young and relatively healthy, but it can,
Exactly.
it can happen too. I'm scared. It's not
I'm not
that
scared. I'm not scared. That's not. I'm not scared about it. But it's
I
just.
am scared. I
It's.
wish I wish I don't get ill, because I don't want to have.
Exactly, Kirsty. It's frustrating. It's just a frustrating situation. And here in Germany, we had the lockdown, but people could go out, could do could get their groceries, etc., etc. Other shops were locked down, like shoe shops and that kind of stuff. And now last week, the lockdown was eased down a bit, and people start running again. And it seems nobody knows what 1 meter 50 is. I can't get it. They still now they are standing beside each other. It's crazy. It's insane.
What about Formula One? I don't understand why they are trying uh,
To trying
to
to start again.
to try to start again this year. I don't think it makes sense, but I don't know why they are trying to start it again this year, and without
Money,
public.
money.
Well, the reason
Basically,
is money.
basically, simply money, 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 money. That's all it's about. It's the same with soccer or football or whatever you call it. It's money. It's all about money.
I really don't understand. It's it's probably a lost year
I
in
lost.
many aspects.
I watched many sports events: football, darts, Formula One, tennis now and then. But I just distance myself more from the sport as ever, because now you see the real purpose of this of the clubs and the peoples and the companies and teams. It's all about money, nothing more, nothing less. And it's such a shame. that they destroy a sport people like to love by putting money above all.
I really don't understand. I still don't understand the. I
Me
don't.
neither.
I don't
Me
get
neither.
how are they going to make a profit if they cannot charge a ticket to see the events. For example, here in Argentina, we have, of course, to give an example, football. It was already decided that there's not going to be a championship this year, and there's a
They
lot of
still
money. There's a lot of money in Argentinian football. You know, there are lots of money interests, just to put it in a way, and they're still not going to start the championship. And then you have
correct.
others that decide to do it anyway.
Yeah, correct. And what Jasper already told you now, they get more money from the TV broadcasting than from the ticket sales, and that's the point. That's exactly the point. Uh, TV broadcasting are paying too much money for stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, Stefan Gomans is at the chat. I didn't spot him before. I was talking about him leading the race in Master 4. Hello, Stefan.
Hello, Stefan.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, the pay per view. It's
Pay-per-view. Sorry, I didn't spot you before, Steph. He says he's been there all the time. Well, I didn't spot him before because I'm trying to watch the race and
well, I'll just watch mine for a little bit now. 26th. Okay, somewhere around where I predicted it. So
26. That's exciting.
that's very exciting.
Thrilling.
I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I'm so excited about it. When can I get the trophy back? One moment, please. Yeah, sure.
Ah,
You hungry? Da muss ich mir was essen. Die kommt weg. Nein, die kommt weg.
who's ahead of me?
My wife wants something to eat,
Well,
so I need to open the refrigerator. Pick something. I'll be back in a minute.
okay, no problem. I talk to myself in the meanwhile.
Wat zu trinken brauche ich.
Was willst du noch mehr? Wo ist
Da ist nichts drin. Nee, hau ab. Kein Bock drauf.
Okay.
We have Shaspa. Shaspa is asking a question. He asked me if in my new elite run I'm going to get a trophy this time. I don't think I will ever get a trophy, Shaspa, to be honest. You need to work very hard and be very detailed
Kannst du weiter labern?
to push for a trophy. And to be honest, in the last years, my motivation has gone down a lot,
Guck, es
and I'm not as focused as I used to be.
halten.
The bessere.
Mhm.
When will you run for elite? This year or next year, Flo?
Jetzt auch?
I'll be at the elite next season, Patrick.
Next season. Okay, that's good.
Says who?
Me.
Okay, you go to
We-
elite then.
that takes a while. I first need to go to master,
You need to go to master.
but that will take me at least 2 seasons. So
Jasper says that there's lots of experience, elite experience and championship experience in my team. That's true, but it's not all about the team. You know, the manager still decides for himself or herself in that case. And if you are not pushing hard enough, it won't happen, no matter what team you are in.
Jo, ik kan wel even zien.
Nee.
Ja?
doch een beetje.
Ja, oké. Dan ga ik er van heen.
Yeah, exactly, Jesper. I agree with you on that one. We already call him the postal board. So when he goes for championship, it's the postal board driving. It's not Roland himself. It's just it's just a board. It's just a board. I don't have bad snacks, Kirsty. Marty, for your advice, if you put duct tape on the mouth of your wife, just tie her hands together so she can't take it off. Oh yeah.
All I will say about this matter about Roland Puzzle and his titles is that when he pushes for a title, he gets it. It doesn't matter who is in front,
Ja, Flodderfunzen.
he gets it. I have not seen him,
Verstehe ich auch nicht. Scheiße. Okay.
you know, the threat as Jasper. I have been his team since season 36, I think.
Ja, ich bin schon weg.
And I have not seen him fail in a championship push ever.
Nee.
He's scary.
Nein, 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 nein.
Oh, shuts.
Ja, Mann.
If she wants to dance in front of the camera, I think that people.
No, she doesn't want to because she doesn't speak really good English. She doesn't speak. She speaks a few words of English, but
But she's singing. Maybe she wants to
Ich kann den
dance.
ganzen Satz filmen, wenn ich will. Hello, my name is Betty.
Hello,
gay Betty.
hello, Betty.
That's typical my wife, just barging in. Yeah, Marty, she's getting the duct tape now. I have to search.
To Jasper, I'm afraid yes, that can be possible. In the case of Roland.
Exactly, Kirsty. Wives do that. Well, yeah.
The puzzle bot is flawless. The puzzle.
No, the postal bot isn't flawless. You can know exactly when the postal bot is driving around because then he takes the first places. If it's going for second or third, mostly third. Second, it's a flaw in the system. The third, and he did it personally. Flawless, yeah, exactly.
Flawless. No. No. It would break my heart if he ever retired. I don't know if I will have the heart to keep playing without him.
Why? You're playing for yourself. You're playing with a team.
I
There are
know,
nine.
but
There are 9 other or 8 other persons.
it's about the company, you know. At this point in time, after almost 9 years, it's about the company. that you have and the people you get to talk. It's not all about the game.
Now, of course, it's not all about the game, but
Oh,
it's just the fun of being together, talking to each other. He's saying, lost the title. Okay, Jesper. When are you going for the title?
yes, we want to know where is Jasper going for the title. I know. I know he lost a very interesting TV bid this week. Yesterday, it was yesterday. And Roland managed to sign the TD back. He had a contract with him before he went to the market, and for what Roland says, it's because Jasper is pushing for a title next season. Because he was very cheap with the championship or trophy bonus. So people know Jasper is going for it.
Okay. Yeah, well, if you're not trying, you lose automatically, Jesper. So
How's the race at Elite? Who's leading?
George ahead of Lee, 17 seconds.
Yes, but he needs to pit at some point.
You need to pit one more time, I believe. Jesper third. So podium for you, Jesper. Go for it. Go for the win. 8 laps. 8 seconds left.
George has
Come
already
on.
pit.
No, George will finish the race with this, probably.
Yes, I thought that he was still to pit, but I wasn't aware that we were at lap 64. Now I am.
Me neither. Me neither. I didn't pay attention. Well, we can say then now that Jesper, congratulations on your podium. Congratulations to George for his win, of course, and for Lee.
You're jinxing it.
No, I never jinx it.
You're jinxing.
No, I don't.
You're a jinx.
No, it's not possible. With 80 seconds ahead, you can't jinx it.
You can. As Jasper says, punctures happen.
Punctures happens. Not only if Flat is online, and Flat isn't online at the moment. And that will only happen to Nuvolari members who are running for the title. They get punctures on the last moment or DMs.
Well, our PP guy pushing this season also had a random, so it's not all the situations are the same. Maybe just maybe not all the randoms happen to Nuvolaris. Just maybe.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe. Correct.
I had a random this season, and I had a random last season. I thought that as I had a random not that long ago, I was going to be random free for a while, but no, that didn't happen.
No? Okay.
I thought that I had some sort of protection against randoms, but a random hit me this season too.
Yeah, well, come on. Randoms can happen to everybody. I haven't had one this season yet, so I'm jinxing myself now. Okay.
Jasper says that Yanis had a random today. Which one? The one from beautiful Sitonia? Or the one there's not only one Yanis in the side, you know?
You mean mine, Kirsty? Dimitroglu.
Dimitroglu.
Yeah, okay, well, can happen.
Shit happens.
Exactly.
I think that Kirsty is trying to jinx you.
I already jinxed myself, so. Yeah, well, can happen, Kirsty. But I'm not overly mad about that if it happens. I'm annoyed, yes, but I can't change it. It happens. That's the point. That's the point of coming in age. That's the point of coming in age. A good point. You're gonna see everything objective.
You don't want to ruin that beautiful 26th, don't you?
Come on. I counted with 35, so everything above it it's a win for me.
You plan with the 25th position.
35th. 30, around 30, 35, around those positions. But there are already 5 out, so that wasn't possible anymore. I'm trying to do my best to end up at the back, at the real back. Let me see what's happening with my standing. Oh, it's getting close for the last 2 races. P25 has 3 points, but I have luck that many managers has a negative account, so hopefully it stays that way.
You're counting on negative balances to retain the season?
No, I actually counted on the 5 points being enough.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be close. It's going to be real close.
Oh, Henry's out of energy.
So, Kirsty, you planned right with 7, 8, or 9. It's good. I was a bit disappointed on the previous race, to be honest. I expected a bit more from that one, from my side. But it didn't work out on the rain race. Yes, Kirsty. The rain. They're really hard to predict. Exactly. That's one point, and the other point is how good is the car. That is definitely a big point of not predicting, not able to tell how much talent a person had really. You only can see that in the rain race.
Talking about talented drivers, there was a guy complaining at the forums this week that his driver underperformed and he had a talented driver.
Yeah, well, but not intelligent enough, as presumably.
Maybe yes, maybe no. We will never know because we cannot share that kind of information. But I think that he was probably underestimating other things in the package.
You see, I was right. And nobody, I have
You didn't jinx it.
jinxed nobody.
You didn't jinx it. That's good. Congratulations, George, Lee, and Jasper on the podiums. George,
Exactly. Congratulations from me too.
I'm going to check. We still have. Oh, my teammate Wouter is leading the race. That's surprising.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good, but that's surprising because this was such a cold race and he's on Contis.
Okay.
So I'm surprised, but happy. But surprised, but happy.
Wouter Turin. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Can you pronounce that again?
Turin.
The name.
Yeah, Wouter. Wouter
Wou-
Turin. Wouter.
Wouter. Like
Hmm?
if it
Yeah.
had an A. Wouter. You know that when he first joined the team last year, I asked him to pronounce his name and send an audio file with the name through
Yeah.
Skype. And he did it. And even with his instructions, I cannot pronounce that name. To the point I started calling him Water Tower.
Well, you can do it when you tell wow from wow, wow, and then ter. Like a
Wow,
dog, wow, ter.
wow, wow, ta,
Yeah, exactly.
wow, ta,
Yeah, that's
wow,
the name.
wow, ta,
Wow.
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 That's Master Master One race finished too. Mr. Unpronounceable name one, Marco Longo. Marco Longo. That's yeah, see, that's an Italian name that I can pronounce. Marco
Yeah,
Longo. And that you probably will be mispronouncing that name, but I can pronounce that name.
yeah,
And
well, you can't pronounce my last name, so that's not that terrible.
well,
Yeah. Okay. 26th, finished 26th. Congratulations to all winners and podium scorers. That's all I can say. Congrats, unpronounceable. Okay, we call the Wouter, call him yet unpronounceable.
Wouter.
Wouter.
Wouter or Wouter?
Wouter.
Wouter
Wow.
with B.
Wow. Exactly, with a W. W. Wouter.
Well, that's not how I pronounce the W. For me, what you are saying is like a V.
It sounds like a V, but it is a W.
Well, but it sounds like a V.
Yeah.
Wouter.
Wouter. Yeah, it's hard, I know. It's not a common name outside Belgium, Holland. Then it's not so common name.
Well, we have a South African voter in the site, so
South African is because of the Dutch influences.
I had no idea about that. What about Master 3? Let's check Master 3 race.
Who won there? I haven't checked it, to be honest.
Oh, Mr. Edwin Silva won.
Oh, okay.
Serge Candelwall in second and Andreas Quizzato in
Oh,
third.
Didi.
Didi. Andreas
Didi.
Quizzato.
He's getting third.
He got third. Not that he needs the points, he's already promoted.
He's already promoted to elite, yes.
We have
And one of our elites, Ellen, is already relegated, I believe.
Master 4 race is not over yet. It's
How
about
can
to-
that not be over yet? The others are all finished.
and we have the podium. Lorenzo Di Buono just crossed the line, so we have the podium. Stefan won. Congratulations, Stefan. He is still alive and pushing for that promotion. I came in second. That didn't sound good. That didn't sound good. I came in second. No. And Lorenzo Di Buono came in third.
Okay.
And we are going to finish the
Master 5.
Master 5, but I'm waiting for the podium to appear. Sam Norris in second, Nick Zagaragis in first, and Andrei Rilke.
Rilke.
Well,
Congratulations
congratulations to you guys.
to all of the winners and podium scorers and point scorers.
Congrats, Lorenzo, on the podium. Did I pronounce your name correctly, Lorenzo? Lorenzo Di Buono. Well, I think that we might end the streaming now. Patrick, what do you say? Now
I'm
that
fine with it. I'm fine with it. We had our fun.
We did have some fun, yes. We're going to end it here, and I still don't know when I'm going to broadcast next time, but I have already 2 people that volunteered for hosting the streamings. One of them is yours truly here, Patrick, and the other person is Brad Marshall. So I think that we might have another streaming soon. I won't be in it because of the work situation at home, but I will be supporting you in the back end. Well,
I would say for this season, it should be enough because not many interesting things going on in the last 2 races. Maybe we could take the final race as a closure, but I think the first race of next season would be fun again.
maybe, well, if you are up for hosting it, I'll be there for you, Patrick.
I'm all ears, and I'm happy to help out when possible. If people like it, we can do it. If they don't want to, I have no problem with it either.
We see. I think that we can gather a few guests to do it. Maybe I don't know if first race. Maybe you can do it 1 or 2 races later, but race 1 is always interesting because of the tire pick.
Exactly.
That's always interesting to talk about. Well, now yes, we are leaving.
We're
Thank you
leaving,
very much.
people. Thank you for
very
viewing, and thank you for the questions, Roland.
Thank you for the questions, and thank you, Patrick, to be here, and thank you everyone else to be here too.
Take care, guys.
See you next streaming.